Hi, guys. Today I want to talk to you about a new theological concept that I created. It's actually a further process of some stuff that Josh and Sean McDowell had already thought up, as well as Lee Strobel. It's called psychological apologetics, and I believe that it destroys Islam and atheism forever. Uh, Atheists in Islam have dismissed the Gospels for a multitude of reasons, but one of which that they use regularly is the fact that there are supernatural elements within the Gospels, and there is no self-evidency today for supernatural events. However, I have been able to develop a new apologetic argument that is called psychological apologetics, and have studied Jesus's psychological baseline and determined that his psychology was absolutely perfect. Um, and for individuals without any knowledge of psychology, as a matter of fact, psychology was not even invented for 1900 years after the writing of the Gospels, they were able to capture a perfect psychological baseline within the midst of those miracles. Now, what that means is that had the gospel writers stepped into their own imagination and began to fabricate that particular element of the Gospels, i.e., Jesus walking on water or him raising Lazarus from the dead, you would see an aberration in Jesus's psychological baseline. His baseline is derived directly from his social interactions and his emotional responses to certain events. The contact points are right at the miracles. It would be impossible for these individuals to have maintained a perfect psychological baseline and at the same time fabricated the miracles that are recorded. As a matter of fact, for them to have been able to maintain that consistent psychological baseline without any prior knowledge of psychology whatsoever is absolutely impossible. As a matter of fact, his psychology, Jesus's psychology, was nothing more than a byproduct of the absence of total depravity. The Old Testament declares that the Messiah, whoever he would be born absent of total depravity, which affects every human being that has ever been born except the Messiah. Jesus' psychological baseline declares that if in no other place he was supernatural in regards to his psychological baseline. He was baptized by John the Baptist. The Holy Spirit fell on him there, and his psychological baseline was recorded throughout, or can be analyzed throughout, the material that we have from the four Gospels. Also, keep in mind that these four individuals recorded the Gospels from four different perspectives, and each one of these individuals was able to maintain a consistent, perfect psychological baseline. Now, individuals that become Christians today, their psychology changes the moment they become Christians. They begin what theology calls the sanctification process. However, psychology today has been able to catch up with theology and began to observationally study Christians today. And they have been able to see that Christians today's their baseline changes when in no other demographic does a baseline change unless there is a psychological, an emotional, or some type of physical trauma takes place to that particular individual. There is no other ideology on the planet Earth that claims supernatural interaction by their God. And Jesus, through the Holy Spirit, is confirming his presence in creation by actualizing the Holy Spirit in the life of individuals today in real time, it is self-evident that individuals' baselines are changing progressively to the positive over the course of their life. This, in my mind, also substantiates the Holy Spirit's presence, thus would also, in my mind, declare supernatural interaction with the adherents to Christianity and only Christianity. Jesus' psychological baseline is absolutely pristine. It is absolutely impossible for the four gospel writers to have been able to record a perfect psychological baseline 1900 years before the advent of psychology, and without any prior knowledge of the theological concept total depravity, which was not invented till about 350 years later by a theologian of the name of Augustine. So for these individuals to have been able to record consistently a perfect psychological baseline within the midst of the miracles substantiates not only the historical accuracy of the gospel, it substantiates the historical accuracy of the miracles and substantiates the supernatural person that was Jesus Christ, if nothing but by his psychological baseline. Thank you very much for watching this video, guys. I would appreciate it if you would hit the like button or the subscribe button. I'm going to be putting a lot more videos up with Christian teaching and apologetic elements. This is my apologetic argument, and once again, it's a further process of what Josh McDowell and Sean McDowell does in their book, New Evidence That Demands a Verdict. Contact me. I have my email address up. So send me comments or something. If you guys like this video, let me know, because I'm going to be putting some more of these up. This is only my second video. Thank you very much for watching, and I'll talk to you next time. Bye-bye.